What is up, guys? It's Swammer here, back again with some more Ultra League action. Gonna be sticking with this same team. Uh, I've had very consistent sets with this team. Out of my first 10 sets, all of them were either 2-3 or 3-2, and I gained about 40 ranking or so, but pretty much in all of them, um, there was one where I think with better familiarity with the team, I probably could have won. So I've started to have a couple 4-1 sets now. And again, still finding this team really consistent. So this set is one that I did, and it actually sort of gets cut short due to Go Battle lag. And it took me forever to find matchups in here. But let's go ahead and get into the video. And in the downtime between looking for matches, I'll go ahead and talk about some of the changes that we have upcoming in Season 3. So if you didn't know, the changes for Season 3 to moves and move pools were released not too long ago, and there's some really interesting information in there. We don't have the numbers yet, so we can't really say for certain, but definitely going to be some interesting things to get into there. So getting into the first matchup here, and we catch a Machamp on the lead. This is amazing for us. To be honest, all of our team can do reasonably well against Machamp. I'm expecting them to try and swap on the charge move, and they do, and they swap into Cresselia. So I am going to go ahead and throw my energy into this Cresselia. I'm hoping for the debuff, but if I don't get the debuff, that's totally fine. And then they're going to get off a charge move here, but I'm going to save my Moonblast and go ahead and swap into the Charizard. So a lot of Cresselias are running with Grass Knot these days, so I'm not going to shield the first charge move. I'm going to make them prove that they have Future Sight. So they do prove they have it, so that's not great to get hit by that, but we are going to go ahead and go for a Blast Burn now. We do get a shield from this Cresselia. That's pretty nice for us, and then we're going to go for another Blast Burn. We're going to go ahead and match the shield here. And we do block a Moonblast, and then this Blast Burn hopefully will connect. And we do connect, and we're able to farm down, so really good there. It was really important, actually, that I softened it up with that Moonblast from Cresselia. We see the Machamp coming back in. We're not going to shield the Rock Slide. Not quite sure how much damage it will do. It does a decent amount. Going to go ahead and go for the Moonblast, and now that I see they're staying in. And then expecting a swap out pretty soon. I am going to go ahead and shield up this Rock Slide just because I want to keep a little bit of health because I don't know what they've got in the back, and it is a Togekiss. So this is quite good for us. We're going to go ahead and bring in the Suicune, and we get the debuff on this Togekiss, so that's pretty huge. Going to build up a bunch of extra energy. We actually let them get off a charge move, which is not great, but it won't do too much damage. It is an Aerial Ace, and then this Ice Beam is going to take out the Togekiss. It's going to be dealing super effective damage. So we've taken out the Togekiss, and then we've got a bunch of stored energy on our Suicune, so we're going to be able to get to the Hydro Pump before the Machamp is able to get to a charge move, and that is going to be taken out the Machamp. So that's really good for us. We had pretty hard counters to their entire team, though, so that is, it's good that we won that match, but it would have been pretty bad if we didn't. Now here, I took like 6 minutes to find a match, so I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead a little ways. Yeah, I actually had to start a new video because it took so long to find one, but getting back into a set, so let's go ahead and talk about some of those changes. So first, we have the moves. So 2 flying type moves, Drill Peck and Brave Bird, are both getting a boost to their damage, and Brave Bird is going to now lower the defense like Close Combat does. So that's going to be really interesting for Zapdos, especially with that Drill Peck, and then Brave Bird on Pokemon like, I don't know, maybe even Skarmory, depending on the boost, and certainly on Blaziken. Could see a lot of interesting play there.
Hey, there we are.
And then we are getting into another matchup here, so let's go ahead and jump back to the matchup. At least I think we are. Actually, we might error out again. I think we're going to error out again. Yeah. So back into the changes. Drill Peck Brave Bird we talked about. Infestation. This bug type fast attack is now going to generate energy more quickly. So that could be really good, potentially for Beedrill or Fortress or something like that. So we'll have to see what the numbers are there, but could be really interesting. Hex, this ghost type fast attack now generates energy more quickly. I'm expecting that that will make it a Snarl clone, which will be very interesting. That'll give a really good energy generating ghost move. So jumping back into the battles now, we've got a Charizard on the lead here. And we're going to go ahead and go straight for the Future Sight. As I said, lots of Cresselia are running Grass Knot these days, so I'm hoping that they're hoping that I'll be throwing the Grass Knot, and they do go ahead and let the Future Sight through. I'm going to go ahead and shield. I probably should have swapped out of this matchup a little earlier, but I'm going to go ahead and go into Suicune. The reason I probably could have gone into Charizard, either one would have been fine. And in fact, Charizard would be resisting that close combat, but I'm going to go ahead and drop the Ice Beam now, hoping that they do not shield this. They severely lowered their defense, so we are actually able to take them out. So that was really big for us. We're going to be going for the Hydro Pump here. This is going to be dealing quite a bit of damage to the Cresselia. If it lands, we do land the Hydro Pump, so that's pretty big for us. And then we're going to let the Suicune go down, and it is a Grass Knot, so that's great. We can now bring our Charizard in very safely, knowing that they have a Grass Knot Moonblast Cresselia, so we're not going to shield this. And recognizing that they have 2 shields left, we're going to go ahead and go for the Dragon Claw bait, because it would be very unlikely for them not to shield this. We do see them swap into the Charizard here, so they're going to get off the Blast Burn, which is totally fine. Going to build up just a little bit of extra energy and go for the Dragon Claw ourselves. And then we're going to swap into Cresselia, and I make a mistake. I should have gone straight for the Moonblast. I forgot that I had it, to be honest. I didn't think I had the Moonblast, but apparently I did, so we're going to drop the Moonblast now. Would have preferred, actually, to probably farm down, given that I took the Blast Burn anyways. But that's fine. We're going to be able to get off a Moonblast against this Cresselia, and they're going to have to burn their energy to take me out. This is probably just going to be a Grass Knot, because they might want to see if they can farm down. It is just a Grass Knot. So we're going to need to get off one Fire Spin. We did get off the Fire Spin here. This is not going to take us out no matter what charge move it is. It is the Moonblast, and then a Dragon Claw is going to be taken out the Cresselia here. So that's a really good matchup for us there. Able to basically line up the Pokemon that we needed against their Pokemon, and then learning that their Cresselia had Grass Knot was really big, knowing that our Charizard could come in very safely against it. So, looking for a third battle now. Gonna jump back to the changes. So we talked about Infestation and Hex. Powder Snow is now going to be dealing more damage as well. So maybe that will make it a Shadow Claw clone or a Vine Whip clone. That would definitely be a nice boost. Blizzard is going to be dealing more damage, so this is already a huge nuke. This is only going to make it stronger. Flash Cannon, this Steel-type charged attack now requires more energy, and Focus Blast, this Fighting-type charged attack now deals less damage. This is definitely a directed nerf towards Registeel, so it's going to be really interesting to see what the numbers are there. Put that on pause, jumping back into the video, we've got a Togekiss on the lead. So the Togekiss here, I'm okay to stay in this matchup, although I think it could perhaps be in my best interest to switch, because both Suicune and Charizard actually have better matchups than the Cresselia does. Getting to another Moonblast here, it's an Empoleon coming in, so Empoleon is really not very good news for my team. So I'm going to drop the Moonblast to soften it up and then go into Suicune. Suicune is at least going to be resisting that waterfall damage and resisting all the damage from every single one of Empoleon's charge moves. So we can go for the Hydro Pump here. Not going to have to shield anything from this Empoleon, and I'm not expecting them to shield. We do connect on the Hydro Pump, so that's huge for us. At this point, we're going to actually be able to snarl them all the way down and have a ton of loaded energy for whatever comes in. So this is pretty good. And then no matter what's coming in, I'm just going to go straight for the Hydro Pump. It does end up being the Togekiss, so Ice Beam would have been more efficient, but I don't think I would have gotten to 2 anyways. And we do draw the shield, so you know what? Actually, maybe I would have gotten to 2 Ice Beams probably. But now I can come in with Charizard. Gonna go ahead and shield, thinking this could be an Ancient Power, but it is an Aerial Ace. So that is very good for me to know that they just have the Aerial Ace. It means I'm not gonna go ahead and shield this one. And they are out of shields, so we can just go for the Blast Burn, and it is a Giratina coming in, actually. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Dragon Claw here, and I made this mistake last time of going for just a single Dragon Claw, because now I still need 2 Moonblasts. So I don't know why I did that again. I've made that mistake already with this exact team. So really bad decision-making on my part. We do, fortunately, get the debuff on this Giratina. We get Dragon Claw baited, which isn't great for us. They're going to get off a Shadow Sneak here, but that's totally fine. We are going to be able to make it to the Moonblast, and this Moonblast is going to be taking out the Giratina. So hopefully we can get to the Blast Burn on the Charizard. I think we need 1 or 2 more Fire Spins. We do get 2 more Fire Spins in, and then we are able to get to the Blast Burn. This is going to be taking out the Togekiss. So fortunately, our mistake didn't end up costing us, but that game was a lot closer than it needed to be. I really should have known better. I made that mistake already at least once with this exact team, and it cost me. So definitely need to make sure that I don't do that. So back to the move changes. We've got Flash Cannon and Focus Blast both getting nerfed, so this is going to be a direct nerf to the Registeel. So Registeel likely will still be strong, but he probably won't be at the top of the meta in either the Great or the Ultra League anymore, so that will be really interesting. And then the last change to the charge moves is Moonblast. This fairy-type charge attack now has a decreased chance of lowering attack. This is really important because the 30% was just way too high, so that's pretty good for us. Jumping back into the battles now, jumping back and forth here, we do catch a Registeel on the lead. This is not good for Cresselia, so you guys know I like to build up to the Moonblast, take a Flash Cannon with Cresselia, and then swap out into my safe switch. So that is exactly what I'm going to do here. Swap out into the Suicune, and we see Granbull coming in. So I'm going to go straight for the Hydro Pump. If this lands, it will do a huge damage. So that landed, so this puts switch advantage entirely within my control. They're going to be getting off a crunch here, but it's not going to deal very much damage. So you can see that doesn't deal very much damage at all. We are going straight for the Ice Beam. They're getting off another crunch here. We're not going to shield, and we're going to go ahead and drop the Ice Beam. So they decide to let it go. Pretty smart on their part because they definitely didn't have it in their power to decide whether they won switch advantage back or not. So they're coming in with Swampert. We're going to be going for the Ice Beam. They're getting off Hydro Cannon here, but I don't know if it actually is going to KO, and it just barely doesn't KO. So we're able to get off the Ice Beam against this Swampert, which is huge for us. That's a bunch of extra chip damage, which means that they're in Future Sight range now. So they're going to have to shield this. I'm going to go for the Moonblast, but they do go ahead and shield, and expecting them to swap out any minute now, they do swap out into their Registeel, and we are going to go ahead and bring in Charizard. Charizard can take that Flash Cannon, no problem. Going to be building up some energy here. Going to build up some excess energy. We're going to be taking another charge move. I am going to go ahead and shield. Just to preserve a little bit of health, and it ended up being a Focus Blast, so that was a pretty good shield. And now we're going to go for the Blast Burn. And we almost have enough energy to get the Dragon Claw. I probably should have done 1 more Fire Spin to get enough energy for the Dragon Claw. But they do take us out with a Hydro Cannon, but we're going to be getting off the Moonblast with our Cresselia, and this Swampert knows that it's got no play at this point, so it does just let that come through. I'm going to go ahead and use my shield. They do have a shield remaining, but I definitely would have been able to get to another charge move there. I just did. So great game by my opponent, but we are able to take the win there. So key to that one was winning switch advantage with Suicune. We had a really bad lead with Registeel, but then Suicune was able to take out that Granbull and flip the match for us. So did really well in the mid game there. So getting into the last match, and you guys are going to see, I'm not going to let this match go all the way through, because I do get just a bunch of go battle lag, and the match basically just ends. So pretty frustrating. We'll go ahead and take a look at it, but getting back into the changes, the last thing that we're going to mention about the changes are new moves for Pokemon. So Braviary, the Rufflet evolution, is now getting close combat, so this is going to be quite interesting. Going to give it a lot of opportunity to potentially threaten some shields. So in the matchup here, you see that we're getting some lag, a lot of lag, weak connection. They're getting off a charge move. And then we are going for the Moonblast, nothing's happening. Who knows what's happening? They're probably doing more charge moves, more fast attacks, but I'm doing nothing. So this goes on for about a minute before I decide to try and reload the app. But that's not successful. I came back and it turns out that I lost. So I'm just going to go ahead and pause the video here because that's the end of the set. Right, so Pokemon getting new moves. Braviary is getting close combat. Abomasnow is getting Ice-type Weather Ball. So this is really interesting because right now Abomasnow just has no Ice-type fast attacks Ice-type charge moves that he can get to quickly. So with this, he'll be able to potentially run Razor Leaf and Ice-type Weather Ball and still be able to get to those Weather Balls pretty quick. Or he could run Powder Snow, I think, with Weather Ball and Energy Ball and be able to get to those charge moves quite quickly. So that's going to be quite interesting. The next one is the one I'm really excited about. Pelipper is getting Weather Ball, Water-type Weather Ball. So this is going to be amazing. Pelipper it has decent stats, but with the Water Flying typing, it resists both of Registeel's moves. So it is going to be a hard Registeel counter now with that access to that Weather Ball because he's going to be able to get to it so quickly. And he's going to be resisting everything that Registeel has, and especially with the nerfs, it's going to be a really strong matchup for him. So almost upsetting that Registeel is going to be less common because I am definitely thinking I want to try out Pelipper. And then last but not least, we've got Empoleon now learning Drill Peck. So Empoleon with Waterfall as the fast move just doesn't generate energy very quickly. So Flash Cannon and Blizzard both feel like they just take a little too long to get to. Drill Peck with it getting buffed and being only 45 energy is going to be a really interesting option for it and should give it some good coverage against fighters. So really interested to see how that plays out. Definitely going to be interesting in the Ultra League, but we'll definitely have to see how those changes play out and how it shakes out in the meta. So thank you guys so much for watching. This did end up being a 4-1 set, so pretty happy with the success I've been having with this team. Climbed up to 28-40 something, I think, with this set. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.